What's up, people? This is William Jones making videos about leaving religion. The purpose of the videos is to get you to think. Turn your brains on and think. Use logic, use reason, and realize that religion is fake. Now, for this video, I want to actually show who God is. You know, Christians, believers, everybody think they know who God is. They think God is the invisible person in the sky that controls everything and watches everything, although he chooses not to participate in the bad things that happen, like when people get killed in car accidents. He chooses to allow that to happen, but he will help you find your car keys. You know, he's not gonna, feed the starving children, but after you get all your money right, he will help you buy that house that you're gonna have to pay for 15 or 30 years. Let me show y'all who God really is. And let's go to none other than the Bible, okay? Romans chapter 13, verse 1 says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation." Let me pause here. Notice this. God is not invisible. God is the government. God is the government. For as you see, it says in verse 1, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God." So if you're a believer and you're complaining about Donald Trump, you shouldn't, because your God put him there, according to your Bible, right? For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. That's what it says. So according to the book, the government is God. Now this is great for, let's say at the time when Rome put all this stuff together, to tell you to be subject to the powers, because they knew people were religious, especially like the Jews. They're going to be religious, so what we're going to do is we're going to give the people, make the people subject unto us anyway, by telling them when you're subject to us, you're really doing it to God. So be subject to us, don't make no waves, and you're doing it to God. Watch how the con continues. Verse 3, "For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Wherefore ye must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake." This is a good part. "For this cause pay ye tribute also. For they are God's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing." Now, according to the Bible, the government is God. The powers that be are the physical manifestation of God. He bears not the sword in vain. He is a revenger to those for wrath, right? He's a revenger to those who do evil. And what it says, "And if you do that which is evil, be afraid." It tells you be afraid. So you want to see God? It's the government. You paying tithes to the church, but for what? You should go and get that to the government too. It says pay tribute, and you know they did that to Caesars. You paid that tribute money. Taxes. So the government is the God of the Bible. And you can say what you want to say, but you're going to be subject unto these laws once you leave your house, even while you're in your house. You know, when you get in that car better be registered. That car better have insurance. It better have a tag for whatever state you live in for you to operate that car. You better have a driver's license when you operate that car. You got to have the insurance on the car. You think about it, it's all rule. Did God make these rules? Or did men make these rules? Men made these rules. None of this is in the Bible about driving. None of that. You know, about the statutory rape. These are all laws men made. And it's funny how believers can't see that man is your God. If you're giving money to the church, whatever bank account that money is going into, that's your God. That's your God. Because if you notice in the Bible, whenever God had sacrifices, it was a sacrifice that nobody got to enjoy, and it was consumed with fire. Nobody got to eat that or whatever. It was burned up. The only ones who actually did get to eat was the Levites, because they were the ones who had to take all of the offerings that came in, but everything else was slaughtered, drained of its blood, and then set on fire. I don't see them taking this money and then just burning this money up. No, this money is going to stuff. People are going, yeah, we the building. Yeah, okay, you're going to pay the mortgage on the building or the rent, either or. Yeah, you got to have power in that building. Yeah, you got to have water in that building. They're going to have some type of insurance on that building. But that doesn't account for the nice house the pastor has, and the nice car the pastor drives, and the nice lifestyle the pastor has, or when they go out and buy a jet on you. Right? Look, I don't see pastors of mega churches living like regular middle class people. When they have a big church, always notice their lifestyle totally changes. Their lifestyle changes with the church. If you see the pastor that's regular, he got the little corner church over there with about 20, 30 members, and they've been there forever. They die, maybe one of their kids start going there, but they're not driving in the big cars and living it up. When you see the mega churches, what are they doing? They're living it up because you're taking care of them. Those who go, you're taking care of them. And they're even subject to the government. When they file that 501c, what are they saying? They're telling the government they're not going to make waves. They're not going to lead the charge for anything. Notice they used to go out and picket and march and whatever, but now if you look, the church doesn't lead anything, and the message is always about prosperity. The message is about getting some money. That's all the message is about, getting money. So yet again, let me get back to that. You want to see who God is? It's the government. The higher powers are the ones. All right? So when y'all hear Chuck D fight the power, you can't even fight the power, because the power is your God. If you are a believer, the government is your God, and you are subject to that government. That's all I wanted to say on this video. Share the video, subscribe. And for those that want to donate to the page, I'll leave the information in the comments. And I'm still working on getting some shirts, getting some things done. It's a slow process. I got to find people to do stuff, and I'm getting things done. I'm also thinking about if some of y'all, if you want to send in your ideas for a logo, the left is right. If you have any ideas you want to send in, let me know about it. Send those in. Let me check them out, see what you got, so I can get an actual logo of the left is right, start to get the shirts going. Y'all take care out there. Peace.